Hey y'all, I'm Chris and this is It Worth It, y'all? And today we are not at my house. We've actually traveled to Wisconsin and we are gonna take you through some canning. I told you, I promised I wasn't gonna sit and talk again. So stick around, you're gonna love this. I get an opportunity to come up to Wisconsin and harvest apples out of a very good friend of mine's backyard, and we didn't even have to pick the apples this year. All we gotta do is process them. So I'm gonna turn you around and show you what we're doing. We're already a day in, so this is how come we've got some progress done. All right, look at all these. Aren't these amazing? So the front row is apple butter. There's a ton of those, and then look at this applesauce. Isn't it beautiful? So this is what happened yesterday. What was the total, 54?
54 pints.
54 pints yesterday. Here's some more jars. Here's the apple staging area. And then today, we are making apple pie filling. Look how pretty. Oh, so excited. I'm gonna take you out in the garage here in just a second so you can see the apples that we have left. I forgot to show you this over here. Now this is our apple peeling station. Look, we even brought the adult supervision with us. There they are. And so we are using the KitchenAid peeler, and then we have a hand crank peeler. And so this is the apple peeling operation. They're so pretty. Look at all these apples and apples and apples and apples. Now these have already been sorted, and we did 2 buckets yesterday. These have all been sorted and gone through, all the bad ones taken out. But this is just fantastic. Then I don't know that we're probably not going to get through all of these, but we're going to put a big dent in them today because apple pie filling takes more apples because you're chunking them up and you're not pureeing them. So yeah, we got a few apples to go through. Isn't this crazy? So 3 weeks ago, my girlfriend, she picked all of her pears and did everything pear sauce, pear filling, pear syrup, pear, you name it, pear. So we're gonna have some great Christmas presents to give away. Here we go, we're jarring up the sauces. Look how pretty they are. Look how pretty. So I'm gonna debubble, especially this stuff that is so thick. You really wanna get in there and make sure you work it around and debubble pretty good. Now, obviously we gotta top these off, but I wish we had smell-o-vision so you guys could smell this. It's so good. Yep, okay, we're gonna keep going. Today is apple pie filling day. All right, y'all. We got 1 in, the last one is here. We got 14 out. So we're gonna have a total of 28. We're almost done. So each one of these quarts is roughly about a pound of apples plus all the clear gel and stuff. So if we're taking that into consideration, we've done 28 pounds of apples for the apple pie filling. And for all of this, this is 27 pounds of apples. So we have processed roughly 50 pounds of apples to create all these products. So it's been good. And we're actually, I think we're gonna get done early today, so, or right on time. So it's, there's been a lot of sugar consumed. There has been a lot of dishwashing and hand washing because this is very sticky. But all in all, it's awesome. So excited we get to do this again this year. And there's plenty of apples left outside. I think those are gonna go to someone that has a juice press, and those are gonna be juiced. So I saved you the burden of watching us can because it's just the simple, it's a water bath canner, too easy. This is just a very simple process, and I will try to link the recipe that we followed for the apple pie filling. Just pulled it off the internet. Very cool. So y'all, I have made it home, and we came back with some leftover apple pie filling that I'm gonna go ahead and water bath can. We also came home with a bunch of apples, which we are gonna use our juicer, and we're gonna see how much juice we can get out of these apples. So that is next on the list. Little to-go container, after Greg and I had a bite out of it, obviously, made 3 pints. And we have learned that we need to keep the headspace at about 1.5 inches because this will expand in the process. We're gonna use our electric pressure canner to water bath these. I just don't feel like dragging out my big pots. And since I've been home, I have tweaked my back real hard, like real bad. And Greg has been helping me. So we're gonna turn this on and we're gonna use our WB or steam button. The time on pints and quarts for apple pie filling is 25 minutes. Oops. And we're gonna start. And that's all we do. We're gonna drop the lid, put it on exhaust, and she's gonna heat up and do her thing. Yeah, there's nothing really we have to do at this point. Just let her roll. So that's done, and we'll get on to cutting apples and starting the juicer. Y'all, I have no idea what happened to my microphones, but right here is where I am showing you how to actually operate a steam canner. You fill the line up. This is the bottom pot where all the water goes, and this is where you fill it up, not too full, to make sure you've got enough water that can be used to steam and you don't run out of water. This is where the fruit goes. That is where the actual juice is going to be caught, and you can see the little clamp is for the hose to keep the juice from running out until it fills up in this reservoir. And this is the hose, and that's the clamp. So what goes on top of the reservoir is the colander that holds all of the fruit, and you'll see this later. It's going to be filled up with apples. So steam comes up, cooks, if you will, the fruit, and then the juices drip down into that bottom reservoir to collect. Hose is clamped, fire's on, and I'm going to start filling this up. So once you start to see condensation on the lid, that's when you really want to start your timer, because I do about 45 minutes, and it'll probably take longer to juice all these in 45 minutes because you do not want this down here to run out of water. That is bad juju. You'll burn your pot. So I'll bring you back whenever I've got it full. Well, that was perfect. We didn't even count the apples. There's 25 apples. That's batch 2. Here's 25 apples, batch 1. So this will hold roughly 25 medium-sized apples. So we are going to let these guys, here's your before picture. Let these guys steam, and we'll start collecting this juice. So 25 medium-sized apples, we'll see how much juice we get out of it. This is exciting. I'll bring you back when there's something exciting to see. All right, we got a nice steady stream of steam. I've hit the start button to start the count. We got to count down. So as soon as you see this go off really nice, and it's nice and steady like this, you come back when you're doing water bath and you hit the start button. Also, you can see that the condensation is building up on the apples. I'm not going to open it because that defeats the purpose of building up steam in here. So this has started to do its job. You can see that we've got condensation in here too, so that's good. So we'll let this go probably until this canner goes off, and then I'll come back over here and check it. Standing here and the thing went off, and I was getting ready to start messing with the lid, and I heard this ka-thump. I'm like, uh-oh, that was not good. And I was right. That was not good. We lost one. That's okay. See, I'm not gonna dig in there until it cools down a little bit, but I don't know if the lid came off or if the jar busted, but I mean, that's okay. We had one failure. And once it cools off a little bit so I can kind of see down in there, we'll see if the lid just blew or if the jar broke. Either way, that's gone. So the 3 that we put in, we're gonna end up with 2. So I'm gonna pull these 2 out real quick. That way they can start cooling off and we can at least salvage those 2. All right, she cooled off a little bit to where I could get to the jar. And as you can see, the jar is floating. Come on, microwave. The jar is floating, so we did not actually lose a jar. It looks like the ring and the lid just blew off. So who knows? I'll check the top of the jar for cracks or anything to see if maybe there was something wrong. But obviously we're gonna do, we'll mark this jar and we're gonna trash all that. There's no saving that. But we did end up with 2 beautiful jars. All right, y'all, we have our 2 surviving apple pie fillings. That is what came out of the first batch of 25 apples. That's probably, I don't know, I'm gonna say 3/5 of a gallon. I've got another carboy on standby. And the next 25 apples are in the pot, heating up. So I will bring you back whenever we are completely finished with this project. All right, y'all, that was the original one that I put the juice in, and then I went ahead and strained the pulp out. I got a ton of pulp out. That's just a teeny weeny bit. But 50 apples, that's a gallon carboy right there. She's full up. So I'm gonna let this sit for a little while. Oh, let me get this out. See, the pulp's pretty much toast. I'm not getting any more. The liquid, the color of the liquid has changed, so we're pretty much done. So yeah, got rid of all the apples, and I've cleaned and washed the 2 apple pie fillings that made it. This apple pie filling expands a ton, so we're gonna have to look and figure out headspace on that one. So yeah, that was fun. So now we get to figure out what we're gonna do with a gallon of apple juice. Alrighty, that's it for this time. I'm so excited. I can't wait to bake an apple pie with all this new stuff, okay? Well, like and comment below. Tell me what you're canning in October. Hopefully it's something fun like we're doing. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And until we see you on the next video, bye y'all.